Today, I look at your Geometry Dash conspiracy theories. Whether this is one you just made up yourself as a joke, or something that you've actually heard unironically, I just asked for a few of them, and I got quite a few answers. Obviously, none of these are probably true. My personal one is that Boy the Cones is actually Robtop's nephew, and that's why all of his stuff gets raided and he got mobbed. Some of these are more serious, some of these are a little goofy. Let's get right into it. Also, if you do enjoy this video, consider subscribing, as YouTube will then recommend all my videos more. It would also make sense to turn on notifications, because otherwise I'll get lost in a sea of subscribed channels. It's a win-win, you see more of my content and I get bigger number. Riot was secretly cyclic in quotes, hacked because he didn't want to repeat levels. I mean, there's no evidence for it, but there's no evidence against it. Although, I guess the fact that it's, red versus blue, Sonic Wave versus Bloodbath, and the icons also match the whole red versus blue thing feels like it could have been staged. Wivix's real name is actually Carl. I mean, maybe it is, and I've just been saying my name is Isaiah the whole time, but people I know in real life can confirm my name is not Carl. But you can also solve that with the golden line of conspiracy theories. Maybe they're also in on it. SpaceUK and Nswish are actually the same person. They both use white on white default icons. Both are top players, and Space mysteriously became big just as Nswish quit. Meanwhile, Space quit recently, now Nswish is back. I mean, I guess it could make sense considering their voices are pretty similar, and they both have similar reactions. So, I mean, it's just a slight voice changer, and they both have really chill reactions, I guess. I mean, I would immediately dismiss it, but the more I think about this, the more it feels kind of plausible. Every time you die in GD, your life is reduced by 1 minute. Well, GG Speedy Muffin, I guess. Conspiracy theory, I am living inside your walls. So I find it impressive you can live inside my walls, considering the wall between me and my brother's room is so incredibly thin. I mean, you'd have to be like Flat Stanley to go through that, like what is this? I mean, that's just impressive at this point. I've heard a theory that Riot hacked Bloodbath, and so did everyone else who beat it in 1.9. I think no one else beat it in 1.9, I think the first Victor Quasar beat it in 2.0 if I'm not mistaken. They said there was a bug that didn't allow levels to be beaten if they were longer than 96 seconds, or else the game would immediately crash, but the bug only applied to the Steam version of the game, and that Riot and everyone else had used a hack to fix it, developed by Absolute. Absolute then pre-installed it into the 1.9 GDPS when he made it later, so nobody would ever know that Bloodbath was physically impossible in 1.9 on Steam. This also implies that Robtop would be like in on it or something, because he would have then fixed that bug in 2.0, right, when he updated it. So he would have known that that was an illegitimate completion. Glow makes your hitbox bigger. Okay, this one has to be real. There's no way. Glow just has to make your hitbox bigger. I guess Absolute is just in on it because when he made the show Hitboxes thing for Mega Hack V7, he decided to not include it. He's being paid off by Robtop so that Robtop looks like a better developer. I don't know, I like this one. I like this one. Although if that is true, if I remember correctly, I actually beat Cataclysm with Glow. I guess that means I made it harder for myself. Other than the fact I still play on 144. Dolphy was a hacker. Dude, I don't even know how to respond to this one. Cyclic was never a hacker. I think other than the Glow hitbox one, this is the most plausible. Because I think if I remember correctly, other than like Sonic Wave, there wasn't too much evidence that he hacked everything. I personally still think he's a hacker, but I mean, it's possible. Quote, if you beat 9 circles levels, you will end up in hell. Don't trust, then continue, it will see. A quote from my friend after I told him I wanted to beat all 9 circles levels. So you won't end up in hell after beating all of them, but you will go through hell while doing that challenge. I mean, this requires that you beat both Poltergeist and Crimson Clutter and a bunch of early 2.0 levels like that. If that's not hell, I don't know what is. I am thoroughly convinced if I get sent to hell that God is going to force me to play Poltergeist on repeat for thousands of years. Or Supersonic. Or, honestly, any other insane demon, because they all suck, except for, like, Arcane and Windy Landscape. SpaceUK is actually a test made by FMN04 to see if he could hack levels without anyone noticing. I mean, I kind of doubt it, considering that FMN also daily uploads, so this would be like a really committed project sort of thing. But the idea of having pre-recorded streams and everything with SpaceUK is slightly more plausible, literally just because he beats stuff so quickly. I don't actually think SpaceUK is a hacker. Wavix did 9/11. My sister has this joke conspiracy that the reason why 2.2 hasn't come out yet is because the real Robtop died somewhere between 2018 and 2019, and the current Robtop is someone else who had to learn to code to finally keep working on 2.2 and is pretending to be the same Robtop. I mean, I guess that works in some ways, like Robtop's more active with the community now. I mean, obviously it's probably not real, it's a joke conspiracy. But it's interesting to think about, because if that was true, that was really well pulled off. Although, I guess to be fair, like, it's not that hard to pull off considering Robtop pretty much like tweets stuff and that's about it. Or it's all connected and the new Robtop is actually Robtop's nephew who is Boy the Cones. And 2.2 is also taking forever because this new Robtop slash Boy the Cones also has to get good at creating. Or what if Robtop is also SpaceUK and he programs something into the game that like lets you cheat somehow, and like SpaceUK is his alt account just trolling the entire community for being obsessed with top ones? SpaceUK is another quirr, and Riot was keeping the Demonlist team at gunpoint to keep Tartarus #1 for so long. Honestly, SpaceUK being a robot would be really funny. You know, you just get Nswish to do the voicing, or get Nswish to bot the levels or whatever. Or maybe they got FMN04 to do it with, you know, the most generic icons possible. Maybe it's a social experiment to see if the Demonlist would take SpaceUK's opinion as, like, fact. Although Riot keeping the Demonlist team at gunpoint to keep Tartarus #1 for so long isn't really a conspiracy, that's just true. That Silent Club Step is 1, or I assume top 1 you mean. Okay, honestly, I kind of agree. I think it could possibly be top 2, because I have seen people before saying Abyss of Darkness is harder than Silent Club Step. But then again, that was a while ago, and, you know, Silent Club Step took a lot longer to get verified. I did see Cursed say that it was top 4, which I think is really, you know, sus. Nobbleboy is actually playing Orochi every day. Oh man. Okay, I actually do kind of wish this one was true, but I don't think it is. That Geometry Dash is a front for Robtop to clean money he earns off of selling morphine to catfish. So obviously all these are just something to think about. None of them are true, probably. Especially the one about me doing 9/11, that one's definitely not true. Let me know if you want me to do another episode of this, because honestly this is really interesting. If you would like to interact with me or other people that watch me more, or honestly just chill on a chaotic server, you can join my Discord server. We just hit 500 members recently, like a couple days ago. You can ask me questions that break my brain, get mad at me for making the Riot's Demise or Aquamarine videos, and more, so link in the description for that. Subscribe, and I'll see you all in the next one.